manners. Now, they can be mistaken for what we call table manners, but manners extend further than just the dinner table, whereas please and thank you and could you pass me the salt, could you pass me the pepper, would you like this, would you like that. So it can all be very articulate and it can all be very posh and nice. However, manners run deeper than that. It's more of how you handle yourself, how you manage yourself around others, and how you allow others to be around you, and holding your finesse. So let's say this person in a public space, let's just say you're at a dinner, or you could be at an event, and there are people acting really ridiculous, and it's beginning to shift into your area, but you don't join in and get sucked up with that. You hold yourself. You hold yourself accordingly. You don't get involved and you don't lose your composure. Manners are how you allow someone to be around you, how you allow them to express themselves or to tell you what they would like to tell you, and how you receive that information. Manners. So let's go even deeper, because when we talk narcissism, now believe you me, I've had a few comments say, can I talk about narcissism more? And it would be fitting because we are surrounded by it. You get the few little 2% of us who don't and who have been on the other end of a narcissist or multiple narcissists. And the idea is to gain more knowledge and to share that knowledge, to share our experiences, because, you're made to feel like you're the idiot, like you were the fool. No, what we have to understand is a narcissist knows that you, man or woman, knows that you wouldn't choose them if they show you their true light, their true dark. You wouldn't entertain it. Nobody would. So they have to go round your senses. They have to go round your intuition. They have to go around your cleverness, your intelligence. They have to go around that, because anyone in their right mind would never accept that, and they know this. So manners play a very, very, very important part in a narcissist who now is going to go out, do their covert operations, watch people, observe people, see people's strengths and weaknesses. That's why they love to interrogate, but they'll ask questions like they're interested. They are not interested, but they've learned that they can't just sound like an interrogator, because then you'll clock on. So they use manners, they use politeness. That's all they can do. And you have to remember there are the signs that you can see, because a narcissist will mimic. So if you watch them carefully, you'll see them observing you and then trying to copy, and they're doing this and they're taking mental notes, all right? Because their life depends on it. Their persona, their pretend persona, it depends on your ignorance, but an ignorance that was not done by you. It's prepped by them. And so they watch who you connect with. They look at how your friends are. They look at how tight you are with family. Okay. They look at all aspects of your life. So now they're going to reflect that. So then you can say, oh, that's a person I can trust, because what? You affiliate with them. And so they have to make you feel safe. They're a con man and a con woman before anything else. They will spend years on it, because once they master that, then there will be no interruptions with their victims. Okay? And these people seep through people like sand through your fingers. Okay? They are highly dangerous, but you'll always hear someone say, oh, but they were so lovely. They were charming. They were this, they were that. Yeah, all the things to do with mannerisms. They count on that. They have to look like they wouldn't even swear. Okay, like they wouldn't even shout. These people look like they are composed. There's one of the red flags, is they never get emotional, and that is weird. Watch them, test them, see how their reaction is. They are numb to everything. They don't feel for people. They only feel for themselves. And even that's twisted, because a narcissist doesn't like themselves. They are in conflict with themselves all day, every day. They are like this because they're here and they can't interact or communicate with anybody on an authentic, true level. So they miss out on a beautiful feeling. They don't know what it feels like. They can only mimic. You imagine being someone that can't feel anything. So you just copy, but it's dead. There is no substance, there is no emotion, there is no feeling. They cannot have memories. They can't, because there's nothing to recollect. So what they do is they spend their life going through others to destroy others. Your friends, your relationships with your family, your partners, anything that you're doing, they come in to destroy because they don't have it. So the first way they get in is by coming across like they just wouldn't hurt a fly. Squeaky clean. And manners help with that. And manners get mistaken for being a good person when truly they're not. You have to remember that this is desperation. And they've got to survive a whole life tariff. Now, you imagine being an outsider. You want to join in, but you can't. And it's not like you can say, oh, they kicked me out, they left me out, they're horrible people. No. People are inviting you in. And then they get this other thing that they have where they know that the person that they're being is inauthentic and isn't genuine to the word at all. And you imagine walking around knowing that and knowing that other people don't. So there's a side where they get off of that, but then there's also the side where their anger comes from, which is they probably wish they wouldn't have to do it. What's it like being authentic? What's it like being a really nice person? What's it like being a good person? What's it like having deep connections, fruitful connections? They wouldn't know. But manners is where you'll find where they start. And you'll also find that they like to keep it superficial. So they love to go out to dinner a lot. They'll love to go out to lunch. They love to go to afternoon tea, in hotels. Anything to avoid true connection. So they fill their day with everything that's superficial, but make it seem like it's important. So we'll talk more because, the day's getting on, the weekend's going to be here soon. And so just keep an eye out, okay? And watch your inner circle, because let me tell you now, a stranger doesn't know to hurt you. They're not around you. They can't see you. They don't know what you're up to. So where can they be jealous? They can't, can they? So it's people in your vicinity, whether they are in your immediate circle or in an outer circle. So let's say a friend of a friend's. So when you go out for a group, you've got your own group of friends, but then another friend of yours has got people they know, and then you kind of collab together. Sometimes that doesn't work. I've heard stories, people have told me stories, it hasn't gone down well, because then we get a group that's clashing too much and they don't know each other enough, and it just becomes competition. So yeah, so always look at mannerisms and how that person always only just does that. Can't swear, doesn't go up in their tempo, in their voice or in the tuning. It just stays flat and dormant, like a plate. So there you go. But on that note, my darlings, if you find my content interesting and insightful, please do like and follow. I do stuff on YouTube, but I will be sort of alleviating from these apps, I think, because at the end of the day, what's the point in saying anything if you're not going to act on it? So my sweethearts, on that note, you were enough then, you're enough now, and you will always be enough. And Yahshua is always watching. Jala.